Chennai's Lady Singham Inspector E. Rajeshwari has been on ground helping those stranded in the rain. Inspector Rajeshwari was seen rescuing an unconscious man from a cemetery barefoot with her pants rolled up. Inspector Rajeshwari carried the man on her shoulders, put him in an auto rickshaw so that he could be taken to safety. Rajeshwari has always been known for her outstanding commitment to her duty. She was part of the investigations that booked more than a dozen men who raped a hearing-impaired Chennai girl in 2018. She also cracked a case of child trafficking as she raided a shopkeeper for illegally selling ganja in August this year. Amid the grim flood situation, here are some defining images. After the overnight rainfall across Chennai, many low-lying areas of Chennai and subway were flooded, including the Raiswami subway in T Nagar area. Several parts of Chennai were submerged under knee-deep water. Citizens were forced to stay indoor amid power cuts and waterlogged streets. Due to the heavy rainfall, not only the streets of Chennai were waterlogged, but water entered the houses of people. Distressed was seen collecting water in utensils and throwing them out of the house. A groom was seen getting stuck in water while crossing an inundated road amid heavy rainfall just ahead of his marriage ceremony. Rescue and relief teams carried out an operation to save 30 people stuck inside a wedding hall who had come to attend a wedding amid the heavy rainfall in Chennai. Rains and wind speed are rising in Chennai. Continuous rain since last night has led to waterlogging and stagnation in many areas. The Met Department has predicted torrential rain and thunderstorm in Tamil Nadu for the next 3 to 4 days. A 28-year-old man lying unconscious at a cemetery in TP Chatram during the rains was rescued by the inspector of Rajeshwari police station amid the monsoon mayhem. And amid severe rainfall and heavy crosswinds, flights arriving in Chennai have been suspended till 6 p.m. The heavy rainfall has claimed 14 lives across the state and displaced thousands. Meanwhile, intense downpour continues to wreak havoc in several parts of Chennai. In Ashok Nagar, KK Nagar, Tenampet area, all of these areas remain waterlogged with water entering homes. Even the street outside Chief Minister Stalin's residence was completely flooded. Stalin has directed ministers and district officials to expedite flood relief operations. 11 teams of the NDRF and 7 teams of SDRF have been deployed to assist in rescue operations. 75,000 police personnel from police and home guard departments have also been deployed in Chennai. Schools and colleges are shut. Tiruvallur, Kanchipuram and 9 other districts are also shut. Akshaya Nath is joining us on the story from Chennai. Akshaya, take us through the relief efforts ongoing, how bad the situation is, thousands displaced, and it looks like no signs of letting up at the moment.
Well, I'm standing at Velachery, and if my camera person can pan and show you where we are, there are boats which have been put on standby. There is hip deep to above the hip level water here. There are rescue operation officials, fire department officials who have come here. They have been telling us not to venture into the water because there is no demarcation between where the canal system ends and where the road is. This is a pathway in Velachery main road. This connects from the main road, and what happens here is there are in between pockets which are open, and that is now invisible here because of the level of water that is all over this place. And unfortunately, the place that I'm standing, even the sewage water has been mixed. So it's a very, very bad quality water even to step into. And if you can see, all the houses in this lane and the parallel ones have been partially inundated. We can see how the name board of the area itself is underwater. So that's the level of water there, which means it's almost above hip level water that you can see. And on my right hand side, there are fire and rescue officials. They have been stopping anybody from entering by foot into the area. They've been telling us not to venture inside. They've been saying that it's very risky, very slippery, and there are also, the road is also very uneven. So people who don't reside there will find it extremely hard to walk in. And there are even rescue boats which have been put into place, and using those rescue boats only people have been coming in and out to get essentials, etc. And if my camera person currently is also showing you the site of the Velacheri flyover. The Velacheri flyover is now filled with cars. People residing in and around Velacheri have come and parked their cars on this flyover to ensure that at least the vehicle does not get affected. This is a similar site that we saw during the 2015 floods, and now we're seeing this once again. People initially were very panicky on Sunday when rains had started. Already then there was a lot of inundation in multiple parts of Chennai city.
Okay.
But now with almost 20 centimeters of rainfall again, it seems like a recap of 2015 for many of them. And the biggest fear here is that it's not over. On 13th, right, there is another set
So
of
let's
rainfall.
actually take a look then at the situation in different parts. Our reporters have been sending us reports from across the city. Take a look.
Chennai after a whole night's rain, and this is Chennai where after a whole night's rain and drizzling across the day with intermittent heavy rainfall, this is how the city looks. For the day, in several areas, more than 14 centimeters rain has been received, and right now you could see that even the sea over there is raging actually, and that's the reason fishermen has been asked not to venture into the sea. The boats are on the shore. People have been also requested not to venture out. Yes, the rains have subsided a bit, but still IMD and various other department officials request the people to stay inside just to make sure that no untoward incident occurs until the water recedes. This is one of the areas near Marina, the mighty Marina, and there you can see the bird's eye view of what's happening over here. Currently, the rain has subsided, but still officials are trying to be precautious, and that's the reason in several parts power supply has been cut off, and people, they are definitely suffering because of waterlogging in several areas. Questions are being raised about the city plan, the smart city plan and everything. Yes, political bickering also there, but currently we have a breather as the rains have subsided a bit, and this is how Chennai looks. With very recipient, Pramod Madhav for India Today.
Situation across some of the other parts as well. We continue to get you detailed on-ground coverage. And here are some of the earlier reports as well, filed by reporters across the city and neighbouring regions.
We are on top of a building and we're trying to show you what things look like around us. This is a 200-feet radial road that connects from Thoraipakkam to the airport, and you can see here the Narayanapuram lake has been completely filled, and water from that area is coming to the neighboring lake as well, and the entire road has been filled with water. The buildings here, the restaurants here, all of it is in water right now. There are multiple cars which are also inundated in the water. Now we can see people from the neighboring areas walking to safety from this zone. We have been seeing from morning that multiple places in and around Chennai city has been inundated. There has been complaints about various drainage channels getting blocked due to debris, and that is also being rectified here. And we can see this entire stretch of place, which is a residential area as well, has been inundated. We're seeing in many houses there there are residents on top of the building waiting for help, and we can see how there are vehicles which are inundated there. Similarly, you can also see water almost to a very high level in most of these residential areas. It is a very tragic time. Last night onwards, heavy rains has been lashing Chennai city, and more than 15 to 16 centimeters of rainfall has been recorded, and all through the day again rainfall is expected in and around Chennai city, and warning of heavy to very heavy rainfall has been given, and people have been asked to stay indoors. But many residents have been questioning as to if their homes are inundated, where will they go, what will they do? These are big questions that are coming up, and very, very strong images that you can see here. At the moment, Chennai and Chennaiites are bracing the worst and hoping that things will change in their favor soon. With camera person Daniel, this is Akshanath for India Today.
I'm standing outside a wedding hall in Thenapet where you see a boat being used to rescue all the wedding guests. The wedding happened early this morning. Because of the torrential downpour, the water levels rose here. You can see how high the water levels are. So all of the women, men of the family decked up in their finery for the wedding are now being rescued. What officials are telling us is that nearly 30 people are inside this wedding hall, all of them coming out one after another. And this is people of all ages. Because it was a wedding, everyone in the family came together, and you see, of course, all of them dressed up, decked up. Little did they know that they'd have to actually be rescued on a boat from the wedding venue. And you can see that a lot more people will be rescued from here. They'll be taken out in the boat as well. They're saying that the wedding did happen early in the morning, and they had a chance to celebrate the wedding, but after that realized that the water levels were quickly going up as well.
This is one location in West Mambalam where we are currently standing, and this area is completely underwater, knee-deep water. And not just that, this water has also entered the several houses over here. In fact, we are also walking towards one such house at this place. This house, they also have a small child. We asked them how are they surviving. By 3 a.m. in the morning, water actually entered this place. So what happened is that, like, now they are surviving with a child over there, and we asked him if they could cook anything for the child, and they're saying there's no power and there's so much water, they don't want to take any chances, and the child is actually sitting on a chair. We have the relatives at this point. This is not a good situation at this spot, and they're very clearly saying that they want the Chief Minister to come to this spot, visit the spot, because since the Chief Minister is going to various other locations, and they want help immediately.
Everywhere that we go, it's hardly tar that I actually see, a tar road. Most of the places are waterlogged, but leaving the city, I want to show you how people are suffering. I'm actually entering an individual's home, and this is what it is. Akshita, let me just ask my camera person to pan and show the visuals. Luckily, it's not entered their home yet because there's this sort of small place here, but water is completely filled. I'm actually going to try and walk inside. Is it safe? Okay, fine. They say that since the early hours of the morning, this has been the situation. What time onwards did the water actually start to enter your compound?
By around 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. And how did you all manage?
We tried to, fill the buckets and throw it on the, just fill the roads.
Okay.
But since the rivers were all opened up, so it started coming inside now.
Okay. Any sort of help that you have received from anyone, the government? Because I also see that you have a pet over here.
No.
Nothing.
One pet. There are so many pets inside our house.
Okay.
We are managing to bring everything inside, but
Okay.
still, the water levels haven't.
Everything is there inside the house.
Okay.
Because even they don't know where to go.
Okay.
Morning the road was a bit clear.
Okay.
By 5 o'clock, 5:30, it's got flooded fully.
So this is what's happening over here, how citizens are actually somehow managing. They are hoping that things actually change, but considering the fact that throughout the day things might actually get worse, people are actually bracing themselves, hoping that somehow they can manage and wait for this to get over.
My colleague Nabila Jamal explains Chennai's most submerged areas and danger zones. Over to you, Nabila.
Most areas across Tamil Nadu, especially those 9 districts, have been severely flooded. Here are some of those that I'm going to list out to you, where you see at least up to 6 feet water, much higher than a few people, including me. Water literally above your head. These are the areas. Periamet is one of those areas where we see at least 6 feet water there. And we're also looking at Pattalam, and then you also have Kosapet, where you see at least 6 feet water there. We have also Tiruvatiyur, another area where 6 feet water has been reported. And you also have this area, Chintadripet, where water has almost gotten higher than 6 feet. That's the intensity that we're looking at. And also taking you through now the areas that are currently in danger zone as listed by the district authorities there. Royapuram, that's one of those areas that we see as in danger zone. You also have TVK Nagar. You also have Tenampet, which is currently in a danger zone. If you are in these areas, please, please, please ensure that you stay indoors. And then you also have Kodambakam, which is still in the danger zone. And then you also have Valsaravakam, that is currently in fact designated as a danger zone. So if you are venturing into that area or if you're living in that area, please do not step out, at least for the next day. Adyar is also a danger zone, as declared by the district administration. And then you have Alandur, which currently stands as a dangerous area if you do step out.
Is politics and apathy sinking Chennai as the city continues to grapple with the aftermath of record rainfall and prepares for the worst? Politicians are busy bickering. Chief Minister Stalin has blamed the previous AIADMK government for the current mess. Meanwhile, the Madras High Court has pulled up the Chennai civic body for not being prepared for the rains. Here's more.
A city crippled by floods. Civic mismanagement exposed. The administration pulled up by the High Court. Now the political blame game. The ruling DMK and the unseated AIADMK are at each other's throats as citizens suffer again. Chief Minister Stalin blamed the previous EPS government for misusing the smart city funds from the centre, particularly taking aim at former Minister SP Velumani.
இருக்கலாம் ஏன்னா அவங்க வந்து 5000 கோடி ரூபாய் வந்து இதுக்காக ஒதுக்கணும் ஸ்மார்ட் சிட்டியில் கூட ஒதுக்கி இருக்கிறோம் அப்படிலாம் சொன்னாங்க. ஆனால் என்ன வேலை நடந்துச்சுன்னு தெரியல. இதெல்லாம் முடிஞ்சதுக்கு பிறகு அது விரைவு விசாரணை நிச்சயமாக அமைக்கும். நிச்சயமாக சிம்பரம்பாக்கம் மாதிரி கூட வந்திருக்கும்னு நினச்சோம். ஆனால் நல்ல வேலை நான் முன்னெச்சரிக்கையாக நாங்கள் நடவடிக்கை எடுத்ததுனால நாங்கள் அதை ஃபாலோ பண்ணிட்டு 24 மணி நேரமும் அதை வாட்ச் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறோம். ஒன்றும் எந்த இது வந்தாலும் சமாளிக்கிறதுக்கு.
The AIADMK was quick to hit back and defend Velumani.
They are imagining that would have taken place in Edapadi government also. It is not at all a fact. The cleanest chief minister who has carried out things with full perfection is only Edapadi Palanichami's government. Velumani's achievements are being enviously seen by the DMK. That is why false cases against Velumani.
The Greater Chennai Corporation refused to be drawn into the political fight over the mess in the city.
Not like to comment about anything about political content, but it is the endeavour of the local bodies everywhere to ensure that stormwater drains and infrastructure keeps on getting added.
On Tuesday, the Madras High Court had pulled up the Greater Chennai Corporation, saying it had failed to take measures to tackle flooding. The High Court said the civic body had learnt no lesson from the devastating 2015 floods. Madras High Court Chief Justice Sanjeev Banerjee said it is such a pity that half the year the city is starved of water and for the rest of the year people are dying in water. This cannot be the condition of a leading state in the country.
We have just taken over, I have personally taken over just some time back only. Previous years, whatever all the infrastructure projects have been taken up, we will inform the Honorable Court.
Year after year, Chennai is witnessing the same story. Governments change, but the misery of people remains the same.
The Madras High Court has warned authorities that it will take severe action if things are not set right. In fact, it has also directed the Department of Vigilance and Anti-Corruption to probe and submit a report within 10 days into claims of irregularities in giving civic contracts. With video Vivian, Pramod Madhav for India Today.